Well, of course, SSR is an activity which is very challenging. It is not a nice job, to be honest. Why I'm saying that it is challenging? It is not a nice job because SSR is related to hard aspect of, well, in the case of post-authoritarian society or post-authoritarian state, we have to deal with a lot of forces within that state institution and its people, So dealing with the military, dealing with the police, dealing with intelligence, we are working at the strategic level as well as at the lower level. So of course, it is uneasy. We have to deal with the high-level people, with the framework of the framework of authoritarian thinking, and this is, from my understanding, it is the main challenge. So the challenge is also how to help them, those who are in power, as well as those who are at the elite military, as well as the police, to be able to to understand or to voluntarily, ideally, voluntarily taking the democratic principle of managing the security sector. So this is very challenging. And of course, since we understood that the challenge is so high, we start in a way of promoting SSR. We start from the first build trust and confidence. And building a trust and confidence, of course, it will take time. And from my and also my colleagues, a few of us working in Indonesian cases, especially start from 1997, 1998 during Reformasi period. We try to build several meetings, close meeting, discussion among few of civilian experts, with the several members of the armed forces, several members of the police, and all of the series of meetings. And maybe we have a meeting, dozens of meetings without any publications, nobody knows. And this is just to create the trust and confidence. We discuss about issues of national security policy. We discuss about challenges of our national security. We discuss about how do we able to provide better security policy, how to secure our nation. We are talking about sovereignty, we are talking about soldier welfare, we are talking about different kind of things, So we start to sit and talk together among us. We also involving, for example, some people from media, several media editors, academia, leaders of civil society, and all of this meeting, the whole of process, no single of the meeting are being published. So it is no activities that is for publicity. But then, because of that process, we are able to build a trust and confidence. And of course, we have to be able to identify who are pro-reform within the forces, who are the pro-reform within the police, for example. When we are able to identify that, we are able to discuss together, and it's easier for us to move. So that's among the way and how the strategies we try to promote. In other issues, since trust and confidence being established, we also help them conceptually, academically, in designing several policies. So many of us in Indonesia, especially the small group, it's only few. The problem that we only have very few people in the beginning who are really working on the aspect related to security sector. Most of us political scientists, but we have also lawyers. We have also sociologists. We have also someone who understands about defense technology. So this kind of thing. So we help them. We help the government, especially the Department of Defense, in designing the bill on national defense. That's the first step. The next issues few of us involved in drafting the law on national defense. We also involved in discussing several policies related to defense and security. We have also discussion with the police on how to improve service to the people for public security and so on and so forth. So that kind of issues is basically the aspect of security sector reform, if we would like to use the term, in the case of Indonesia, in which many of, myself and many of my colleagues also involved in the process. So that's the things on how things moving. But I also would like to highlight that reform process require deep understanding on the overall setup and the problem of security that we are facing. Because we would like to have better security, we would like to have better defense. We also help the military, the Department of Defense, as well as the police, for example, and I'm using these two examples on how to be able to address better for our national security. So within that kind of approach and framework, and the fact that we talk to them, we come to them with a concept, with the ideas. So the ideas is not only in our mind, but we put it on paper. We write a lot of working papers. You can access the working papers through the website of Indonesia's Working Group on Security Sector Reform. We conduct different kind of discussion, dozens of working papers that we publish. So my conclusion is that if we start from ideas which is based on intellectual analysis and also academic background, and we put it into paper, it will be easier for us to talk to military establishment, to the MOD, to the police, or to the Minister of Interior or any other department. Because if we start from a concept, we start from alternative policy, it is easier for us to talk, rather than just we are shouting from the outside and saying no. I think that's the approach that we are taking. And so far, we see that there are substantial progress in the area of security sector reform in Indonesia, in line with the process of democratizations. And democracy in Indonesia is becoming our new political system, which is becoming more culturalized. Indonesia is becoming, I would like to say, becoming very democratic society, very open, vibrant, dynamic, to include the media. So media also play a very crucial role here. Without the free media, we will have a lot of difficulties. So media also help a lot. Civil society, NGO, of course, is part of that. So criticism in security sector reform is criticism to help any security establishment or security sector to be able to deliver better for society and also accountable within the framework of democratic management of security sector government. So that's for domestic case, the Indonesian case with regard to security sector reform. But for the time being, after we achieve certain level success in SSR, now we are moving into more difficult part. The difficult part, after we have success in the so-called first generation of SSR, we are moving into more practical and technical aspect of security sector reform or the security policy itself. We need more people who are expert in defense economics. We need more people who understand about defense technology. We need more people who know about strategic management. So we need more people who understand better about legal construction and how to write better regulation. We need also several people who know better on the issues of criminology, for example, to help the police in making more better analysis and looking at the risk to security to our society, or issues on the and tackling the criminal issues. So after the high level, strategic level of security reform, quote unquote, being not really solved. Well, there are still so many aspects that need to be worked better. So that the next step, we need more and more engagement from experts, from civil society, working at the medium level, the tactical level, as well as the operational level. So this is, it requires more resources. And these issues is not much discussed within the discussion and issues of security sector.